Hello YouTube, this is Asiel Baez Uñia Day, and I am here making a quick video about wands. I was talking with one of my friends and we got into the topic of magical tools and the ones we like the most and things like that. So we got into talking about wands, and I decided to just make a quick video about wands and talk to you guys really quick about wands. So as you all know, the wand is one of the witch's tools, or one of the magician tools. It is very well known. There's 4 tools that are mainly known for witchcraft, and it's the wand, a thummy, pentacle, and chalice. But anyways, that's for witchcraft. This video is just strictly really quick about the wand. Anyways, so I personally like wands a lot. Wands are used to direct energy in the same way, more or less, of the athami. For those of you who know what the athami, who do not know what the athami is, it is one of the ritual daggers. Anyways, so wands are used to send out energy. In some traditions of witchcraft, wands are strictly used for circle casting and summoning spirits and things like that, whereas the athami is used for other things. Anyways, there's different types of wands, and there's different schools of thoughts when it comes to the wands. Wands can be made out of wood, stone, clay, copper, any material, pretty much, I guess, that you can mold into the shape of a wand. The point of a wand is to be an extension of the self, an extension of the person, an extension through which the energy travels and it gets pointed at something into which the energy is going to go into. So, anyways, oh, by the way, also wands vibrate to the element of fire. They are associated with the element of fire, which is another reason why I think I like. Oh, my little card fell. This is another reason why I think that that I like wands so much, because my favorite element happens to be the element of fire. Although astrologically I'm an element of water, my favorite personal element is fire. Anyways, so I wanted to show you guys some of these wands that I have here and whatnot. This wand is my very first wand ever that I ever purchased. I think I got it when I was 12. And I'm 25 now, so 13 years I've had this wand right now. And this is one of those clay wands with different stones to represent the different chakras. And I have this little stone here that went missing. This happened years ago. So I had this little stone here that went missing, and what I ended up doing was I tried getting another stone and gluing it back on, but none of them, the ones that the one that I glued on and the other ones I was looking at, none of them matched really well, so I decided to just leave it empty. And now what I mostly do is that I'll just put my pointer or index finger, I think it's, the index finger, on that empty spot when I'm using this one. So I tend to hold this particular wand, I tend to just hold it. I'm left-handed, so I hold it with my left hand, and I normally put my finger like this on the empty spot whenever I'm using this one for something, which I think is amazing because for those of you who don't know, the pointer finger is also considered a wand. This finger. Any finger is considered a wand, but this finger, most particularly, in many traditions, people use this finger, or they'll use index and middle finger to point at things and direct the energy. I guess, if they're casting a circle or summoning something, they'll use index finger or index and middle finger. But anyways, so I tend to put this like this and then use the wand like that. But this is my very first wand ever in my life. This is my current wand. This is a crystal wand with made out of entirely of clear quartz, and then the top has an amethyst point and a clear quartz ball in the back, and like the little chakra stones things there too. So this is my current wand, the one that I use at this point, since I'm no longer using this one technically. So that's another wand. And as you can see, this wand is clay, this wand is just quartz that were shaped into the form of a wand. I also have these other two. This is a double pointer, or some people say massage pointer, pink quartz wand. This has two little, see there, and it has another point here. This one is it's another crystal point. This crystal point I've had now for about let me see, about 13 years also. This one lives with my tarot cards. Any person that gets a tarot card reading from me will always see this quartz, because this quartz lives with my tarot cards. This is what I use to cleanse and consecrate my tarot cards. This is strictly for that purpose, cleansing and consecrating tarot cards and the energy around them, and just pointing energy. Whenever I'm doing tarot spell work, I usually use this quartz as my wand for any of those spell works. This is another quartz wand. This is called selenite, and this is another wand. This only has one point, and then the back is just nicely rounded. Some people use these also for massages also, and usually what you do is that you'll go like this. Like, let's say that this part of your hand hurts. A lot of people will go like this, and they'll massage it with the crystal to allow the crystal to send the energy. At some points you may go like this to kind of scratch the surface. Depending on what you're doing, you scratch the surface to clear out any blockage of energy. This is just an example, people. You will clear out the blockage of energy with a point, and then with the tip, with the round tip, you will fill it up with new energy in the place that that it's hurting, that it's damaged, or whatever's happening that you're using the wand for. This here is a snake. This is actually one of my Oshumare tools. I'm trying to get it. There you go. This is actually one of my Oshumare tools, and I decided to include it in here because there's some wands out there that are in the shape of a snake, very much like this, that they look very cool. They don't call out to me personally, but I know that there's some of you who might want it. Also, the point of showing this is an Orisha tool. Orisha tools can be used for anything and everything regarding that Orisha, including a bow and spell work. So if I was to be doing a spell work with Oshumare or some sort of a bow, I could always use one of these tools it's a very long snake, and utilize it as a wand also. Some of you lose touch of interacting with your Orisha, so this is an interesting way for those of you who have Oshumare, if you can get a tool like this, to utilize this as a Ache directing tool. This over here is just simply a piece of raw Magickal Rojo. I do not know how to say Magickal Rojo in English, but this is just simply a piece of raw Magickal Rojo. And the reason why I'm showing this is because I've always wanted a wand made out of a Magickal Rojo. And one day I was just walking, not too long ago, I was just walking and I found this next to one of the Magickal Rojos that I visit to drop off a bows and spell work at, and this was right underneath it. So I immediately picked it, and now I'm just letting it dry. I'm showing you guys this one so you guys can see what you can make a tool out of, a wand out of. This is just a raw piece of wood that the bark, as you can see here, is coming off, and eventually I'll debark everything and I'll be able to varnish it, and I'll be able to inscribe it with symbols and inscribe it with things, wood burning, wood burning it into them, or etching it, or whatever it's called, the technique, and decorating it. And then on the tips I'm going to put some sort of quartz, since it has these two tips. So this is a humongous piece of wood, but I like it, and I like it because I've always wanted one, and I actually like it for circle casting. I think that's what I'm gonna end up using it for, strictly for circle casting with this one. I haven't decided yet. I'm still letting it dry, and I have to do things when I'm in the mood to do them. I can't force myself, so I'm letting this dry, and it's been sitting it's been sitting with some of my orishas for quite a while now. And then I've put it away into one of the closets into a dark place, and then I took it back out, sat it again with the orishas, and then put it back into a dark place. So I'm just letting it draw. I'm letting it dry. So it dries really nicely, and then I'll be able to work on it perfectly good. So for any of you who are crafty with wand making, with wood carving, I highly suggest that you try getting into wand making. Anyways, last but not least, and I left this one for last on purpose, is this little wand here. And this wand right here, this wand was given to me as a gift. This is a handmade wand. This one was given to me as a gift by one of my friends, by Jonathan, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. It's the tip is crooked, but it's very raw. I hope you guys can see it there. It's very raw. It has all the imperfections of the wood, which I think is what makes it so nice and beautiful, because it's just rustic. It looks beautiful. This was a handmade wand that he made, and he did an awesome job with these carvings there. These little handles there, see? Beautiful, beautiful job. I was very thankful and very moved by him giving me this wand. Anyways, also for you guys, for men, wands represent, obviously wands are very phallic, you know, very phallic symbols, if I get my point across. But the point is that for men, wand represent stamina, male stamina. So if you are a guy who is suffering from, I forgot the word, holy Jesus, you know, you can't get it up. I mean, sorry, I can't say it any other way. I can't come up with, if you're having erectile dysfunction, there we go. If you're having erectile dysfunction, wands will be the tool to be using to help you out with your situation. Why? Because they represent the male, mystically, they represent the male organ, or the penis. So I would highly suggest doing something with a wand, utilizing the wand to send energy to your penis, whatever. The point is, wands represents male penises. As a magical tool, they represent the male penis, whereas, for example, the chalice or cauldrons represent the female organ. Anywho, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is just a quick little video, and I will see you guys in all my other videos. Thanks for watching. Ashe, 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 do.